Hey 20-somethings, it's Katie, and this week's theme is identity. There are a lot of different factors that go into forming a person's identity, and there are some pieces of my identity that I can kind of understand where they come from. For example, I am a Christian. I was raised Catholic. I don't identify as Catholic anymore, but I'm still a Christian. And that comes from being raised with Christian beliefs. I am bisexual, and that has come from a lot of questioning and thought and research. It was a lot of work. That's not to say that I don't think I was bisexual before I realized I was, just that coming to terms with it and realizing that I was is a big part of my identity, because that journey is really what made being bisexual so important to me, because I worked damn hard for that label. I love books, and I think that part of my identity came from my parents reading to me from a young age. I actually don't even remember learning how to read, and I guess because I started reading on my own so early, my parents sort of, praised me for that, like, oh, you're such a good reader, and like the school reinforced that, putting me in these high reading groups and everything, and I just kept thinking, oh, I'm good at this, I like it. And I think part of that also comes from my depression and anxiety, because it offers me a form of escape. I am a feminist. I did not always identify as a feminist because I didn't really know about the feminist movement until I was in college, but I've always, had the belief that women are not treated equally, and they should be. And I guess that sort of just came from my mom and my older sisters. Basically, if you surround yourself with women, you kind of hear how shitty they get treated. So, yeah, you want to fight for them. I am a very giving person, but at the same time, I like to hold on to what's mine and take things when I have the opportunity to. And I think that comes from being part of such a large family, because I was raised to share, but at the same time I knew if I didn't get that last crescent roll, someone else was gonna eat it pretty damn fast. I love music. I get that from my parents, especially my mom. My older sister really played a large role in my taste in music, because I listened to what she listened to most of the time, which was 90s alternative rock and ska, mostly. I'm a very crafty and creative person, and I get that from my mom. She's always sort of nurtured that in me. I'm an animal lover, and I think that comes from always having a pet growing up. And I'm very good with children, and I think that comes from always having younger children around as I was growing up. My mom babysat a lot. She even had a daycare, so I helped with that, and that sort of solidified my love of little children. My depression and anxiety are also a big part of my identity, mostly because they affect a lot of the ways I act, and that comes from genetics! Yay! Now, I'm sure there are a lot more pieces of my identity that I could figure out sort of where they came from, and even more that I can't figure out where they came from. But that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next week.